And we're here. All right, we're going to try a second attempt here with some stick figures. Now this time it's a fairly complex one, and I had to lay it out in advance because, well, there's just too much going on here. I mean, one time I tried to do it just off the cuff, and it didn't really work that well, because when you get this many characters, whatever, and you get so many elements running around, it helps to do a little pre-planning. A lot of these stick figures, doesn't take very long to do, but if you want to get it right, you want to get a certain emotion here or there, or, there's a rhythm to it. Now, the theme here is, I'm not quite sure where I started thinking about this, but you've got some restaurants out there that, cater to just kids. Mostly families, but, mostly kids. And they go in, they eat pizza and play games. I'm not mentioning any by name, but, they can be a little bit insane, a little bit chaotic, because, kids' parties and all that stuff. So, I figured I'd do a little parody of one of these places, and just, what would happen if everything that could possibly go wrong with one of these places goes wrong. With all the little kids all packed into one place. I would imagine with COVID, nothing much was happening there, but anyway, so they're probably back now, thank goodness. And there's always spillage. So I'll have this little guy puking in a corner. This guy screaming and yelling, running. Actually, he's not holding his cup. He's just throwing his cup, because that's what kids do. They throw their cups. And there we go. And this is uvula sticking out, because why not? All right. And this video obviously will take a little bit longer than some, because it is so involved. Certain things you don't think about till you approach them with stick figures. Like, what if a kid is just laying there, like, he just doesn't want to move, he just doesn't want to be taken anywhere else? And so he just lays there like a lump, daring you to move him, Mom or Dad. And they're eating pizza. Having fun, having fun. Move this down a little bit. Slowly but surely, I'm getting used to the think about. Yeah. Right there, I just lost my train of thought. No, I strike it. Take it back. I'm not getting better at whatever it is I thought I was getting better at. Was it talking? Don't know. When you got the ball pit. Ball pit, ball pit. You know, I'm probably, when it comes to messes and germs and all that stuff, I'm pretty nutty about that. Not as nutty as some people I know. There's actually some people, some good friends of mine, that are actually far more germophobic than I am. But ball pits. I mean, how often do they clean these ball pits? Like this kid here, he's puking too. I gotta think there's a lot of kids puking in the ball pit. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yes. Be panicked, falling child. Because I just figure that I just figure that there'll be a tube, because there's always a tube, and there'll be children falling out of it. Screaming, falling. But they're falling into the ball pit. Which, I guess if they're young enough, they don't know. We get this little guy. He's popping up out of the ball pit, and he's throwing a ball, but he's kind of stupid, and the ball just comes back and bounces off his face. So there. And this kid over here, I just think he's dead. I think they let him stay there way too long. And this kid's screaming. He just wants to get out. He's climbing up the net. Help me. Help me. Give a little. Actually, give that. Make that a little bit thinner. Give an indication. A little netting. So, and let me go back to full speed there. Yeah, this kid, actually, yeah, we could go back to the slightly thinner line, because this kid, he's just, something happened, something horrible happened, and he's just on fire. Or it could be the janitor, whatever is less offensive to you. And so much for him. And we gotta indication of a slide. We got this kid who, you know, and there's always one jerk in the crowd, and he's just pushing the kid off. Kid doesn't know what's going on. He just came to this place that I've deemed Chuckles Cheesies because there's laughter. It's no association whatsoever with any other kid party, pizza, whatever places. Oh yeah, this guy's just all bent up. Let's see. And oh yeah, we got a little bit more, so I gotta pull this up a bit. And tube. I gotta figure at one point all the kids, they create a log jam. They're screaming and they're, I'm hot. And they're just like, and this kid's screaming because he sees where he's going. He's going to land on somebody. When the main stick body goes too far, you gotta make sure you and another jerk up here. He's on the, I think there's this like a big glass dome. Big glass dome. And there's like openings for tubes. Because there's like tons of, like 82 miles of tubes going through here. So some of these are just going to go up on my YouTube channel. Others will be going up on TikTok. Probably not the same ones. There's kind of an issue with prep and setup between my iPad and my iMac and what it can and cannot handle. In fact, just yesterday I sent a couple files and the files never showed up on my iPad. So I could make shirts and product. This sad kid is just crawling on the tube. This kid is just either falling asleep or he's unconscious. I don't know. Bonk. Could be Charlie Brown. I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt it. And then way in the back here, we've got a little ladder going up the outside of the dome. And kids are climbing up. Yeah, I got to figure this is like the most elaborate one they've ever had, whoever they are. And yes, that's shorthand for when a kid has gotten too much of the tube, either passed out or first there's the crying and the moaning, then there's the passing out and the terror, which is why it's really, really important for your kid's going to have a party at one of these places. Make sure it's worth it. You know, make sure there's plenty of party gifts for those who show up, because you really never know. You really never know what you're gonna find yourself into. You know, especially if they're poorly maintained. Like these kids are fighting with swords. I'm hoping they're Nerf swords. I'm hoping. See, what did I forget? Okay, well. Center that. Oh, look at that. There we go. And that's about it, I think. Yeah. The fun, question mark, terror. Just draw little spills and dribbles and drabs. You know, this kid's still up chucking. Well, I imagine how clean the floor is. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. Anyway, and that's about it. See you next time.